What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to G-Ball Vision. Today we have another exciting unboxing to dig into. Before we get started, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I would love to have you here. And before you head out, hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. It really helps the videos get circulated. So let's dive into this thing. I actually have no idea what this is. I had no tracking on this, so I don't know what this actually is. So we are about to find out together here. So let's see. Okay, I do know now what this is, and I didn't have any tracking on this guy here. So I've been in contact with OKnife, and which is like an affiliate with OKnife and OKnife, and they wanted to send in something for us to take a look at. And I think this is going to be a kind of a special occasion, special edition of this Heron here. It's called the Sofirnlight. It's coming in D2. It's got a G10 handle. It looks like it's got some sort of texture on there. Let's go ahead and dig this guy out. This is kind of a surprise. I forgot. Ooh, nice. You gotta love OKnife and OKnife, their packaging. They do a fantastic job, including a nice little patch there. And we have a nice little pouch. Underneath, you're going to have your instruction booklet. You're going to have a cloth in there. And I don't know if they're still doing the coin or not. Yeah, they are, I think. Or no, they're not. Or at least not for this particular model. They're not. But sometimes they come with a coin as well. Wow, this is a big boy. So definitely a nice presentation coming from OKnife there. So we do have textured G10. We have a fuller running into a cutout. Nice jimping up there. The blade is nice and centered. We have a deep carry clip there. We'll see what that looks like in the pocket. And we have a flipper tab. Let's see. Ooh, look at that blade. Now that is nasty. You have this dull grind here. You have this really thin hollow here that runs into this more thick flat. This is cool, man. See, that's the thing about knives. There's reasons to pick things up other than the initial thing that you're, like me. I like knives that the steel is an all-around good steel, not just edge retention or not just toughness. I like a combination. And there's certain things I like in certain knives or that I want. But then there's also times to pick something up just because it's cool or it's something you like. Maybe it's a big knife, or maybe it's a smaller knife, or it's a crazy blade shape, or whatever it is. And that's okay. That's part of the fun of being into knives. There's something out there for everyone in all kinds of different areas. So we have good access to the liner there. Little chamfer on that guy. Lockup is about 20% or so. Action right out of the box is nice and clean. The detent, not bad at all, especially on that thumb flick. The reverse flick is even better. Yeah, nice cutout. Can you use the fuller? Oh yeah, you can use that fuller all day for the reverse flick. You can get nice and low on that guy and give that a flick out. That's nice and strong right there. And I have to say, certain hands, I don't know, but my hands in particular, being, right around an XL size or so, I get a nice full purchase on this guy. Have a little bit of slack to kind of spread out if I need to. Yeah, you won't be able to get right up behind the edge there, but you have plenty of blade here to get quite a bit of work done. We'll see what kind of edge came on this guy, but first, let's see what this thing looks like in the pocket. we'll grab our Issuing Stitches Hank here. And let's see what this guy looks like in the pocket. It's not going to be tooled for lefty carry, so that's something we'll have to keep in mind. We do have a nice deep carry there. You'll have just a tiny bit poking out of the pocket. Not that big of a deal there. And then the retention on this is very, very nice. Man, I like this blade shape. It kind of reminds me of the Proponent in a sense. Just that nasty Wharncliffe look. But this dull grind here, whoo! Could you imagine if this came in 154? That would be absolute money. D2 is a fine steel, a formidable steel, especially, you know, if it's done the right way. It's got this nice coating, this PVD coating on it. That's going to be interesting. I want to see how... Yeah, that transfers very easily. No problem on transferring, because if we're going to have trouble transferring from the double, you know, from grind to grind there, it's going to be through these thin materials. And it just glides right through it. Nice edge on this guy. Let's see about that front. Yeah. Ooh. What about a little piece of cardboard here? Just to get an idea. This is double. Wow. Like butter. I'm barely putting anything on this. I got 2 fingers on it. Woohoo! That's easy going from the hollow into the flat there. Flat into hollow. Easy. And this is double walled, guys, so yeah. Nice. This is going to be, it's going to be out of some people's ranges because it's a little bigger, a little heavier. But people who are looking for, you know, a lightweight knife aren't going to be looking at something quite like this. Not that this is going to be extremely heavy. It's going to be coming in around that 5.3, 5.4 or so. We got a little smuts on the blade there. Sorry, guys. But that's the price we pay to show you what it cuts like. Should we... What should we do next? Should we test that lock? I'm wondering. The texture's nice and grippy. We have very minimal hardware there. We have two screws for the handle here. Open construction. We have internal milling on this side. So we're going to be linerless on the show side there. We have 1 liner. So that's going to keep weight down right there. The lock feels good. There's no movement in any direction. It came to us nice and centered. The detent is tuned good. The edge is fantastic on these. I think Kaiser is still OEMing for OKnife, which is a great choice for an OEM. So let's see what this lock is made of out of the box. I know there's been no break-in time, but we deserve to know what it's going to be like out of the box. You know, break-in period or not, there's something to be said for that. But within reason, you know, the lock should be holding up out of the box. I think that's just kind of an excuse already that we're starting to make for some of these things. In some scenarios, that's totally plausible. But in general, I think that's an excuse that's starting to be made. It shouldn't be, you know, that it shouldn't be the case. All She's solid, baby. Great news. Look at that. Early lockup, coated blade, coated liner, early lockup, and it's still holding strong. That is awesome. That's great. Typically, the ones that I've seen that are liner locks and have had issues, they're coated. The blades are coated. The liners are coated. And I found coating on the lock face and the tangs of the knife. And although this coating on the blades is fantastic for, toughness reasons, corrosion resistant reasons, toughness in the sense that it's protecting the steel, but it's not good for a contact surface where your quote unquote lock is going into place because it is slippery stuff. You want, raw steel on steel contact here, and that's going to give you the most positive lockup. So, just an FYI, if you have a knife that's a liner lock that is slipping a little bit and it's coated, it'd be worth taking it apart, checking the lock face, checking the tang, and make sure there's no coating that made its way onto either one. But I have to say, guys, I never checked out the Heron, and this is definitely a solid build. I don't know if this is a new model from OKnife. I feel like it's not a new model. I feel like I've heard of this one before, but I've never seen it that I can remember. And this is definitely a cool model. I want to say this might be a special edition release, but I don't see that anywhere on the box or anything like that. But it might be a St. Patrick's Day special. So I'm not sure. I might have to wait to release this video until they kind of give the go-ahead. But this thing is solid, guys. Very good ergos. Great blade shape. It is a little bulkier, but I mean, with as wide and as big as this is, it's really not that heavy. Without that other liner over there, I think that makes a nice difference. And this thing is smooth, nice detent. Yeah, I think this would make a great little utility style knife right here. And given the D2 and the G10, this is probably going to be very, very affordable. 50, 60 bucks, somewhere in that ballpark, I'm going to guess. I'll have everything linked down below that I can. And you'll have to let me know down in the comments what you think of this guy. I'm definitely interested to hear what you guys have to say about this boy right here, because I'm kind of digging this thing. Going to make a nice little user right here. Great size for me. Great ergos. I really am digging on this guy. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Love hearing from y'all. Hit that thumbs up button. It really helps the videos out. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you here. Otherwise, guys, we're going to do a full overview of this guy coming up very, very soon. Stay tuned for that. We got lots more coming up the pipe. I will catch you guys on the next one.